We are live.
Guys, we're back for another trailer reaction, and this time round, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Behind the story, baby.
Yeah, no talking, press play, man.
Oh. Okay.
I've always been a fan of the dark side. The idea of the Imperial perspective is you never really understand who they are as people, right? Or how the organization works. How can we distill that and how can we make a story around that?
The story of Battlefront 2 is absolutely an essential story.
What happened after Return of the Jedi? What happened to the galaxy? What happened to the Empire without an emperor?
What it might feel like to be in this galaxy as it starts to break apart.
What's really exciting about this story is that we're going to see it from the point of view of a character like Iden. So we're going to see it from this Imperial point of view.
Inferno Squad is a black ops team that most people don't even know exist.
We weren't expecting special forces.
We happen to be on Endor when the second Death Star explodes.
Iden is presented with an extreme challenge, the destruction of the Death Star 2 and the death of the Emperor.
What sort of choices would somebody in that situation have to make about who they are and what the galaxy was going to become?
And it's interesting, does that mean, now that the Empire's fallen, that they're the underdogs?
Iden is a tried and true Imperial. She's somebody who grew up on a planet called Vardos.
She was very quickly put into a military camp for children.
She has spent her whole life building up to this moment to be commander of Inferno Squad.
Moff Raiders informed the Admiral that Operation Cinder could proceed as planned.
Hask is the most zealous of them all, I would say. He's the most interested and invested in how far the Empire is willing to go.
He was an orphan, so he needed something to latch on to.
Black Empire is nice.
Is peace and justice and order.
Even when people are faltering around him, he pushes forward and says, no, the Empire is the way.
I'm picking up distress calls, too many to count.
Del has seen more of the galaxy than most people in the Empire. He actually grew up on Coruscant during the time of the Jedi.
He brings a lot of humor.
Him and Iden have a bit of a banter, have a bit of a laugh.
Family is a really important element in Star Wars, and one of the things that we wanted to make sure we captured is the dynamic between Garrett Versio and his daughter Iden Versio.
This is the catalyst for Iden, where she learns the future of the Empire and she's elevated to a point by her father.
Here are next assignments. They are
Her dad's in it.
unusual. She's my daughter. She's all I have. I do need for her to understand why I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Everything in Star Wars is connected, and part of our job is to make sure that the games we're making do connect back into that larger universe.
But we're now able to use this game in Battlefront 2 as a resource to take this information into future development projects.
Hope cannot save them!
I think all those games out there, I just love it.
This is the culmination of all of the things that are good in the world. Video games, Star Wars, and a team of people that are willing to take the time to do the work.
We have to take risks, we have to be bold, we have to push everyone's boundaries, and we leave a good footprint behind.
That's legit, man. Alright, so thoughts?
I love the mentality that's coming behind this game. Like, it's a straight up sifting, like, and just the fact that it is set out there like that, people don't understand the other side, just shows that they're on the right path and they understand what the character's about and what's going to lead to the next event.
See what?
So,
go on.
Yeah, go on, go on.
What I love about this is, unless you're like super deep into Star Wars, Rebels, Clone Wars, manuals, do you know what I'm saying? novels, you've probably never seen anything from the Imperial side. Do you know what I'm saying? You've never understood. But some of the best episodes of Clone Wars and even Rebels is when Ezra infiltrates the Imperial Academy,
Right.
or when we're seeing how the
we're seeing how they move.
Yeah, we're seeing how they move. We're seeing that they're just normal people who believe they're just police officers. They just believe like police officers. Like, you know how police officers believe they are the right and they're the just way.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then you've got these terrorists, the resistance, the rebellion, and you're just trying to stop terrorists. You know what I'm saying? You think you're doing the right thing. I love that we're gonna see that dynamic of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that will also pull, like, I mean, you can come and get this game and not be into it like we are, but you still get to experience that side. And I think that's actually a good thing for the ones such as ourselves that's on the opposite side, instead of being on the Jedi side. So that could have been the whole mode. Hey guys, let's do something completely different this time round. Instead of being on the Jedi side, hey, let's go the opposite way. And I'm just loving this whole concept. The whole art, sick. One of you guys needs to send me one of those, please, so we can just have it back here, because it's just absolutely amazing, like unseen, unheard of. So we need that. We need those concept arts. I just want
Mr. Blitztech. I really want to get your take on it, because, like, you don't watch Rebels, you don't read novels, blah blah. You watch the movies, you think they're alright, cool. Do you get me?
Man said alright, you know.
I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? He likes Scott Pilgrim. You get me? So, like, what do you think of this? Like, just go.
Yeah, just watching from behind the scenes, the gameplay they're showing us, like, throughout that whole thing, I was just thinking high value production level. Like, it's actually insane what they're doing with the actors, all their acting and stuff, all the stuff they're doing with all the scenes. I'm thinking, why they do this in the first time? Like, it's actually boggling my mind why they do it the first time around. Like, the storytelling, I could tell already from that alone, it's gonna be off the charts. Like, I actually can't wait. What, like, you guys gonna say? Like, I can't wait for what they're gonna say about the story as well. But
one feel I got.
Are you inclined more to the dark side, or
one thing that I did like as well is that when we're watching the behind the scenes, we see some parts in first person and we see some other parts in third person. I want to know if you're going to be able to switch between, because obviously, you know, I like to play these games in first person, and obviously during a story mode, if I can get to play in first person, that'd be good. And another thing, when I was seeing like the movements, the characters, you're talking about high level production, I just thought of Call of Duty. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when she was on the bridge, I felt like Call of Duty, like that vibe, like Call of Duty go to this extent with their games with them, and I'm it's glad to see that Battlefront 2 are taking a leaf out of the Activision book and trying to do stuff like that, man.
And again, focusing on the troopers. This is something that we spoke about so many times. Like, sometimes not everyday superheroes, not everyday supervillains. Sometimes just the guys in between, like that do all the dirt.
Clean up crew, the guys in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Like Wonder Woman's 9. But you see them guys out there who's been out there for 9 months just in the mud.
Exactly, without moving an inch.
Exactly, bro. That's the stuff we want to see, man.
You don't want to see them going against the rebels and the opposition. So
I just want to kill some rebel scum, you know. I just want to murder these men. These men are terrorists. They're just troublemakers, you know. Blast them all, man.
Kick them in the chest and just blast them.
It's cool, man. I also want to see, I don't know if they will touch on it, but like the dynamic between like her, Versio, and her dad, because they played on it. It's the first time I've heard that her dad is actually an Imperial admiral. So her taking missions from her father, like, imagine like your dad sending you take your squad on some suicide mission. Right. How does that make you feel? Do you know what I'm saying?
And we kind of did get that feel when they were speaking, and she turned around. She was, while she was facing him, it was like straight face, but as soon as she turned around, it felt more emotional. So, and like I said, it's about family. So whenever there's a family conflict, you know something crazy about to happen. You know that. I don't know.
Maybe that was before the Death Star blew up. Maybe he was on the Death Star. Maybe. That could be a sick motivation.
That could be that too. You know.
The droid. Sorry, I want to talk about it. Go on. The droid.
I was just gonna say about the whole dynamic thing as well. Like, knowing that we've got all these actors and stuff, like all the performances are gonna be mad still, but. What about the droid?
No, what I wanted to say about the droid is like I didn't really play Titanfall, so I haven't seen a first person or third person shooter where you've just got the thing that can just like, how do you, I was wondering how do you control that? Is it a one click and it just goes and does what it does, or is it more of a point click? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think it's going to play off the whole class system that they're doing into the whole new game. So
yeah, but in the story mode, there's not going to be a class system. You're just going to be her in it. So
yeah, I know it's good to get her, but she's going to have like a certain class. If you know what I'm saying.
True, yeah.
Like if she's able to control the droid, that's going to be her class. So when you go to the multiplayer,
It could also be
someone's
another
gonna have the whole thing.
where it's just like where it just charges up and you get to use it one time.
Oh, like a special move.
Yeah.
Could be, man.
So-
Could be. Anyway, guys, look, let us know what you think. Jump in the comment section below. Let us know if you're ready, if you're day one pre-ordering Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let us know if you're not even going to get it because you were so burnt by Battlefront 1. Let us know everything. Let us know. Are you dark side, light side, Imperial,
Well, they got
Rebel?
grey side now.
Huh?
They got the grey side now.
Grey side, whatever. Pink side, wherever you are. Let us know. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds. This is Mr. Blitz Tech, the legend behind the techers, and that's the Geek Sensei. And we'll see you on the next trailer reaction or something else.